Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's review a famous binary search question that I solved around half a year ago. I couldn't solve this originally, but I did eventually come up with my own solution, so let's try to redo it. So Koko loves eating bananas. You have n piles of bananas, so each number in this integer array they give you, which they want you to return an integer at the end, is going to be the number of bananas in the current pile. So basically what they want you to do, I don't think this is the best description, but they want you to take every single pile of bananas and try to find the minimum eating speed that allows her to finish within 8 hours. So what that means is basically go through every single element and go from 1 all the way to 8, or 1 all the way to 11, because that would probably be the maximum eating speed. So then each time you say 3 divided by 1 plus 6 divided by 1 plus 7 divided by 1 plus 11 divided by 1. And then that has to be less than or equal to 8, which it's not. So we have to increase this and decrease this based on that. So eventually you'll get to a point where you say 3 divided by 4 plus 6 divided by 4 plus 7 divided by 4 plus 11 divided by 4 is less than or equal to 8. And that's the minimum hour that you can find that makes, when you do this, less than or equal to 8, which is hours. So this is actually supposed to be the sum of piles. So before we do a binary search, let's just try to come up with a brute force. So for I in range 1 to sum of piles, let's call this current. And then for p in piles, let's add math.ceil of p divided by I. So that's going to take care of some edge cases because, as you'll see, so if current is less than or equal to h, then let's print I. So as you can see, you get 3, but we're looking for 4. So p divided by I, maybe it's going to be floor division or ceiling division. Okay, so that's what it was. Again, just have to play around with the edge cases. This one is a little confusing. And as you can see, you get 30. So you get 23. And then at the end, you would just say, you try to minimize this. So result is infinity. And you would update this with the result. So this technically works, but again, it's really slow. So output limit exceeded. This is where we want to do a binary search. So sum of piles is the upper constraint because at the worst case, you're going to take 18, 24, 27 minutes to finish everything because that's just literally how much you're eating one banana per hour. And if you look at the constraints, you can't have a eating speed of less than 1. So time limit exceeded. The better way to do this is to do a binary search. So left is supposed to be 1 and right is supposed to be sum of piles, and we're going to find this without iterating through. While left is less than or equal to right, mid is going to be left plus right divided by 2. So let's say we have all the way to this, we're finding the midpoint. We're seeing if it's enough or not. So now let's say cur is 0. So this is the eating speed, right? The index, which was I before. For p in piles, we're going to add math.ceil of p divided by mid. And if current is less than or equal to h, then we can keep track of the current eating speed, which is going to be mid, right? Because these are numbers, these are not indices. We know 1 up to the sum of this is where the answer has to be. So then after we update results, so we're still less than or equal to, so what we want to do is minimize it even more until we can't, because let's say we have an eating speed of 5 and that satisfies 8, but we still want 4, so that's why we have to close the right portion so that mid becomes smaller instead of what it is now. Otherwise, if we're not satisfying h, we're too slow, so we're forced to move left up so mid increases to at least satisfy the constraint of 8. And then at the end, we can return result, hopefully. And there you go, passes all test cases. Again, not the most efficient, but I do think it is my own solution, and it's not
too hard to understand, as long as you can understand the question, which I think is the main concern here. But other than that, hopefully this helped. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.